a way that people might agree with, or maybe people, I don't know even what I'm saying, but do you have thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, look, I think the influence of special interest money is a real thing on both sides of the aisle.
Yeah.
The Dream Defenders and the Florida Majority and some other folks are working on a campaign right now to take no prison money.
Yeah.
Prison money.
Okay.
So
yes.
A number of the gubernatorial candidates have pledged that they won't take money. Chris King, who's running for governor, has pledged that he won't take any money from Big Sugar.
Right.
Part of that's laughable because, like, at the gubernatorial level, Sugar's not going to give any money to him.
Right. Right, of course.
It's like pledging to take money that would never show up. But, like, Geo Group will give to Democrats for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And so pledging not to take money from Geo Group, is a real thing.
Right. Geo Group has given to so many Democrats. I was just looking through.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes, and I don't think, anyway, it just, the level, I mean, I understand that corporations make donations, but some of these corporations, it's really hard to look at. Anyway.
Yeah, I think, what you see with Geo Group and a lot of folks is, they'll give $100,000 to Republican X and then they give $10,000 to the Democratic candidate. And sadly, some of our legislative candidates and legislative elected officials, that could be the price to get a vote.
Right.
I think we are trying to, build a Democratic majority, but also a progressive majority. And I think we're intentional about that in our recruitment.
Right.
And, most of the bad actors, in my opinion, when it comes to policy and accepting money from bad actors, are generally in state Democratic seats.
They're in safe seats. Okay.
Yeah, it's not really swing folks that are apt to take money from folks like that. And the other thing I can say about corporate money in Florida, these state Senate seats are congressional race money. It's $3-4 million on each side, and there are folks in Florida there are corporations in Florida that certainly folks have problems with. Disney, Publix,
right,
that could be better actors when it comes to employee benefits and things like that.
Right.
They overwhelmingly give to Republicans.
Okay.
But they overwhelmingly give to Republicans because Republicans are in power.
Right, of course.
And so, as we get closer to flipping the state Senate, I would not be surprised to see, Disney contributing as much to Democratic candidates as they do for Republican candidates. Disney is not a Republican organization, right? In my opinion, or Publix, our grocery store, is not a Republican organization.
Right.
They're trying to influence public policy, so they give to who's in power.
Right.
So that dynamic could certainly shift.
Right. Right. So that makes it, and does that explain why they would give to the safe seats? Because those people are actually going to end up showing up to pass a bill or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And then and maybe this is all speculation or whatever, but I mean, do you think that the donations, I guess it's hard to know, but do you think they actually do change how people vote, or are there particular industries when they do, or do you think it just, whatever, these people need the money, they take the money, it's how it works, and it doesn't necessarily change policy?
Yeah, I think 90% of the time it's not really changing policy, it's just how business is done.
Right.
I don't have a good example, but I think there are probably certain times. Actually, I do have some good examples. I think that some Democrats in safe seats have been bought off by charter school money, and have voted for charter schools, and expansion of charter schools because of campaign contributions. That's one that comes to mind. So I think it happens. I don't think it's I don't know that I think it's as widespread as some people do.
Right. Okay. Okay, I've just been thinking about that, especially.
I think, I think like Big Sugar has probably been able to buy off some votes on Everglades stuff,
and like FPL or whatever. Yeah, they control everything.
I don't know that how much FPL has bought or Duke has bought off votes as much as they've been, helped win swing seats by spending a lot of money.
Okay. Because it's hard for me to tell just by looking at the dollars, what, if that actually bears out but then I'm like, how cynical am I becoming that I don't know. Anyway, there's a lot there. Okay. Are there things that haven't come up that you think are major things I should pay attention to, or something I wouldn't know about that I should keep an eye about on?
So one thing that didn't come up is term limits.
Oh, yes, right.
And as you talk about the influence of corporate interests and lobbyists and stuff like that, while I think folks who are interested in good government think that term limits are good because you don't want a politician in office forever, I fundamentally think they're awful because you had inexperienced legislators that are only there for 8 years.
Right.
And at least for the first half of those years, don't really know what's going on, which makes the lobbying class so much more powerful. And are able to sway. I mean, the lobbyists are writing bills, giving them to legislators to submit.
Right.
They are incredibly, both because of the campaign contributions, but also just because of the inexperience of the legislators, are incredibly powerful.
Right.
And if you had, folks with a little more experience up there, or more folks with experience, I mean, a quarter of the state house will often overturn in 1 year.
Right.
Turn over in 1 year. So there's no elder statesman for the young guy to go to and say, help me on this.
Right. Something I've been wondering, and so I noted, in a bunch of states within a few different years, they all enacted term limits. Is that a Republican thing where they decided that they were going to do that in all these different states, or was that a nonpartisan thing? I can't figure out whether the decision to enact term limits everywhere at the same time was similar to redistricting or something in that it was a long-term Republican plot, or am I now becoming conspiratorial when I don't even need to be?
I don't know the answer to that, honestly.
Okay, because it seems...
There's probably a very smart professor somewhere that does.
Okay, because it's strange. It's strange that in so many different states around the same time, they all enacted term limits, and it has had negative consequences, it seems to me, for both Democrats and exactly what you just said. It empowered special interests in this way that is not glaringly obvious to the public. So I can't help but wonder whether that was a plan, but anyway.
Well, we did it by constitutional amendment.
Right.
In the early 90s. But I don't know.
Yeah, around the same time, Colorado, Missouri, a bunch of other states, same deal. Anyway. So I'm gonna...
Well, I will read your book to find the answer.
Okay, I don't know who to ask about that. No one seems to know, but then I also could just it could be that some of this is not a long-term right-wing plot, and I'm now finding them everywhere, so I have to look that up. Anyway.
I think we remember in the early, I was in college at this point, but
right.
I vaguely remember a lot of talk about term limits, so I wonder if if it was Republican donors put together a little national campaign around it. I don't know. Right.
Or it seemed like a good government initiative. It just had this side effect that people don't know about.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but this is really helpful to me. And, another kind of just reporting question. Is there anything that you think would be a good scene or something? I was thinking of just following, around maybe Organize Florida in one of their canvassing things, or something where I can see boots on the ground in the next few months? Is there something that you think would be like kind of telling or indicative of this, or just a scene where I can